SuperZero, feature film, written by Ilan Isaacs and Tarek J. Ramini. In the bedroom of a share house early morning, 5 a.m., the alarm on a phone barely vibrates as a hand reaches and turns it off. A prominent tattoo on his forearm, the insignia of the U.S. Army Delta Force. Shabah, 40s, rises from a single mattress on the floor. His body is covered in scars and bullet wounds. He lowers himself to his knees and silently says his prayers. Taped next to his bed is a photo of him in combat gear, with his Delta Force unit in a Middle Eastern battlefield. He pulls on jeans, a t-shirt, a hoodie, a backpack, then quietly pulls back a curtain that partitions his corner of the room. 3 other men in construction worker gear are passed out on single mattresses on the floor. One of their blankets has been kicked off. Shabah covers the exposed man and exits. In the kitchen of the share house, Shabah and 5 immigrants of various ethnicities chat and cook their food for the day. Shabah loads food into a metal tin, bumps fists with them and exits. On the back of the front door of the share house is a handwritten sign in English with Spanish, Arabic, and Chinese underneath it. If stopped by police, hands up, don't speak, don't run. Shabah reaches for the door handle. A woman's voice off-screen speaks to him in Arabic. Good luck. Shabah turns to see Yasmin, 60. She says to him in Arabic, God is great. Shabah nods, puts his hood up, opens the door and steps out. The sun is rising. On a bus in the morning, Shabah is sitting near the back, avoiding eye contact. Outside Don's auto shop in the morning, it's a low-rent shop. Don, 50s, is tightening a bolt under the hood of an old car. Suddenly, the prop rod gives, and the hood is about to crash down on his head. A hand catches it. Jesus Christ! Shabah replaces the prop rod as Don clambers out. Thanks, man. You saved... Don stops as he sees Shabah. My name is Shabah. I'm looking for work. Shabah extends his hand. Don doesn't budge. I'm a skilled mechanic. Get out of here, raghead. Shabah's jaw tightens. Then he reconsiders, turns, and exits. We begin a montage. Shabah, hood up, walks down a hot, dusty street. He sees a store with a help wanted sign and heads for the entrance. He leaves a different store, looking disappointed. He turns the corner and sees 2 cops leaning against a squad car drinking coffee. He turns on his heels and walks back around the corner quietly. He exits a restaurant, then another store, and keeps on walking. It's now afternoon. Shabah is on a park bench eating some of the food from his tin. He takes a swig of water from a metal bottle. Now it's getting darker. Shabah shakes hands with the owner of a used car lot. The owner makes his apologies silently, then Shabah leaves. End montage. It's night. We're at a bus stop. Shabah, tired and disheveled, hood up, waits for the bus in a dilapidated immigrant neighborhood. His eyes peek out from under his hoodie and look around at the mostly boarded-up storefronts sprawled with racist graffiti and acquired by Reese Realty signs. And then up to a giant billboard of Robert Reese, 60s, white teeth and perma-tan, with a slogan under the sign, Building Great American Neighborhoods. The bus arrives. Shabah enters. He walks through the crowded bus, passing a couple, a pregnant Latina woman and an Asian man, and an Orthodox Jewish man on his way to the seat in the back next to an old Russian woman. The woman eyes Shabah wearily as he opens his backpack. She spies a metal box with Arabic writing on it. Her eyes go wide and she immediately hits the bus stop button multiple times. The bus slows to stop, and the woman stands to get off. 3 hoodlums enter and begin terrorizing the patrons. The Russian woman reluctantly sits back down. The hoodlums approach the Orthodox man and snatch his kippah. Then they approach the couple and reach for the woman's grocery bag. As her husband stands up to protest, hoodlum number 1 pulls up his sweatshirt, revealing a handgun. Sit your ass down, Jackie Chan. The Asian man sits back down. The hoodlums continue down the bus, causing upset. Shabbat grips the handrail. His knuckles go white. They continue toward the back, then hoodlum number 2 catches Shabbat's eyes from under his hood and stops. A flash of uncertainty on his face. "Yo, pull this piece of shit over!" The bus slows, and the hoodlums exit with the stolen items. The relieved bus driver goes to close the door. A hand stops them. Shabbat. Don't be a hero. But Shabbat exit. The bus driver closes the door and goes to pull away, but then she decides to wait and watches Shabbat follow the hoodlums into a dark alley. In the alley, 2 of the hoodlums are playing frisbee with the kippah, while hoodlum number 2 eats a baguette from their grocery bag. Suddenly, hoodlum number 2 stops as a look of terror is etched on his face, a sharp inhalation of impending violence. Back on the bus, Shabbat enters. The driver looks shocked but grateful as Shabbat, from profile, gives her a silent nod of appreciation. He hands the grocery bag to the couple, the kippah to the Jewish man, then heads back to his seat. The bus pulls away. In the back of the bus, Shabbat takes out his phone. He sees his hands are bruised. Then, in the black reflection of his phone, he sees his face. It's spattered with blood. A handkerchief enters the frame. Shabbat turns to see the Russian woman who's offered it. He's reluctant, as he doesn't want to ruin it, but she insists. Shabbat wipes the blood from his face, then dips into his backpack, removes the metal tin, and opens it, revealing its Arabic food. He offers it to the Russian woman, who graciously accepts. Shabbat turns back to his phone, plugs in his headphones, then turns on a superhero movie. Loud, triumphant music plays as we fade out. Title on screen: SuperZero.